Hi everyone, I'm Amyra Dastur and keep watching Bollywood Hungama.
We have with us Amyra Dastur. She's having Rajma Chawal on the plate right now, and we'll talk about that and much more. Pleasure having you back on Bollywood Hungama.
How's it going?
Very well. So first of all, how's the experience of working with Rishi Kapoor?
Awesome, I love
Rajma
him.
Chawal.
He's so bindas. You've met him, I'm sure. You've interviewed him
obviously.
also. So you know exactly.
Yeah.
He's like the most unfiltered person you'd meet. And I like that. I like people who are just honest in themselves. And he's very Punjabi.
Can you please elaborate on the unfiltered part?
He just says whatever he wants that comes to his head. And it's like fun.
What is the most unfiltered thing that he has told you?
He keeps calling me Bavi. He's like, hey, Bavi, aao.
Okay, that is for your Parsi origin.
It's from a Parsi origin. I think it's because like he could never remember Amyra.
Right.
He just started calling me Bavi. He's like, forget it.
You've said that he's a total Punjabi and your father is a total Parsi.
Yeah.
Which makes it quite a deadly combination.
Yeah. So he really reminds me of my father. Actually, they're in the same age bracket. They're both 65. And my father's very Parsi, very Parsi. And I feel like Parsis are very similar to Punjabis because you know what they say about Punjabis also. You know, everyone's crazy. So it's just fun when you have that sort of connect and you can actually relate to someone that way. So I think that's why I actually have a very nice soft spot for Rishiji.
You've been doing stuff on the digital medium.
Yes.
Tell us something, how's it different from the big screen?
It's like shooting anything, honestly speaking. At the end of the day, I mean, I think the budgets are just lesser, but otherwise it's the same experience. You've got a camera, a director and a writer, and then you've got your co-stars. So you make it work.
And the way Netflix works, I think they're having some of the biggest ad spends in the country. So in terms of promotions, I think surely must be helping as well.
Definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, we couldn't have asked for a better medium than Netflix, you know. Even I come home, I switch on the TV and it's between Amazon Prime or Netflix now, not like TV, how it used to be. So, I mean, I'm an avid Netflix viewer and I feel like in the next 2 years, it's only going to be digital, like the way it is getting to be now.
Okay, so even you feel that the movies may not be that.
You know, for example, a movie like Avatar or a movie like Gravity, which you actually have to have that theatrical experience for, I feel like those will sort of make it to the theatres. But I feel like the smaller films who don't really need that 70mm screen will probably go onto these sort of platforms now. Because, like you also know, we were just talking about this, it's a money game at the end of the day. And I feel like, especially in India, we're only talking box office numbers, box office figures. And here, at least on like a Netflix or on a digital platform, you would actually watch a film for the sake of watching a film, not to see how much it makes, not to like, you know, just go for the hell of it, but to actually watch a good film for those 2 hours or whatever that you're home for.
But don't you think that this year has been phenomenal in terms of the small films and the concept films, say in India as well, and they've done exceptionally well as far as the box office is concerned as well.
And but not all, no?
But a lot of them. I think
a lot of them, I
this
agree.
Year has been phenomenal.
To, like, the bigger
this year has been phenomenal. Andhadhun and Badai Ho and Razi and Hichki, Sonu Kitty to Kiss Sweetie. And like a movie like Hichki for that matter is doing very well in China.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have a lot of theatres, so I think both will coexist from what I understand.
I agree, but I still feel like the digital platform will take over in the next couple of years.
Alright, so what do you like to watch on Netflix and Amazon?
So I'm a like gory kind of person, so my favorites were Sacred Games, Narcos, Amazon. I just saw Mirzapur, I loved it, loved it. Yeah, all of these kinds of shows, Peaky Blinders, Game of Thrones.
Alright, so there are talks of there should be censorship on a digital platform as well. How do you react to that?
What's the point then of having this other platform where everybody's like finally like working and doing such good work and amazing work that is actually not censored? So what's the point if you're going to start censoring this?
All right. So do you think that the channel partners and the other big players who are making all these shows, they should put their point of view across?
Well, I mean, people are putting their point of view across, and I feel like here, because it's also so new, we're talking about censorship and everything, but I think people are going to get used to it, and hopefully it'll die down, because I don't think we need another censor board in this country.
All right, so tell us something more about Rajma Chawal. How was the experience of being a part of it?
So Leena is actually someone who I really admire. I mean, especially since she made Parched, that's one of my favorite films even now. And I really love a strong woman rising, especially in a very male-dominated industry. So anyway, I had a soft spot for her and her films. So working with her was something I'd always wanted to do, and that was a dream come true for me. So yeah, we shot in Chandni Chowk. That was another experience in itself because I think I had a culture shock when I went there. I was just like, okay, this place is definitely something I've never seen before.
Right.
And I don't know, we made it work. It was more like not even shooting a film. It was just being around really good actors, being able to say your dialogues. I think I'd rehearsed so much by that point that like I just knew everything. And I came on set, I did my job, and I went home very happily.
All right, so tell us about your journey so far. Had some really big names that you worked with. Jackie Chan is one example of that. Tell us about the journey that you've had so far. Starting with Isak, from what I understand.
So yeah, I think my journey is a very go with the flow kind of thing. I never chose to do films in a particular way, or like, you know, chose to do South or chose to do Hindi at a particular time. For me, it's just always been whatever came to me, whatever that I really liked or whatever that I would watch as an audience member. That's kind of the scripts I chose. So hence the Isak, and then the Tamil film, and then back to Hindi, and then Kung Fu Yoga, and then back to Hindi and back to Tamil. So it's always been like a script thing for me. When the content is good, I feel like that's when you enjoy working, that's when you enjoy traveling, that's when you enjoy doing what you do. And especially for actors, or I feel like anyone in the industry, you're not always here. You're always like away from your family, away from your friends, in a different place at any given point in time.
Okay.
So I mean, you have to really, really enjoy what you do. And that's basically what I've been basing my career on.
All right, so you are from this Parsi household,
Yes.
and now you're part of this movie business, and obviously you have to learn different languages and maybe dialects as well, because considering that you're working in down south as well. What has been the personal growth of you as a person through this entire journey?
Ability to adapt. I think when you're working in this industry, be it South, be it Bollywood, anything, things change in a matter of like seconds. Literally, you could be in a movie, the next day you could be out of it. So you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to adapt your personality. You have to be able to adapt your emotions, because you never know, like a film could be a hit overnight or it could be a flop overnight. So at the end of the day, you have to keep being able to adapt to the situation you're in and move forward. And I think that for me is the best thing I've ever learned, because I don't get bogged down for too long, and you know, like if a film doesn't do well, I don't go into depression for 2-3 months at a time. No, I'm constantly working, I'm constantly trying to better my situation, and I feel like that's what you have to do as a human being as well.
All right, so you're having some really interesting film projects right now as well.
Yes.
So please tell us about it one by one. You're having, I think, at least 3 big ones in Bombay.
In Bollywood, I think now we've got Prasthana, Made in China, Mental Hai Kya. So, I mean, that's really nice. It's really cool to say, you know, like to be able to actually list out the projects. I'm very excited about all of them because they're all different. So, Made in China is your comedy, and it's with Baman sir as well. So, it's really exciting because I finally...
2 parts is coming
Yes,
together.
I know! And we have to speak in Gujarati also. It was so much fun.
Right.
Then Mental Hai Kya, which was with Kangna and of course Rajkumar. But Kangna for me is just like a dream. Being able to share screen space with her is insane, and that's a total psychological thriller, so you're gonna really love that. And seeing her like that is something else.
So 2 films with Rajkumar Rao.
2 films with Rajkumar Rao. One I'm actually opposite him, the other one I'm not his love interest, so it was quite funny.
All right. So how's the experience of working with him? He's having a dream run as well.
He's a phenomenal actor. I mean, like from Mental itself, from that set, you can see that boy is just like brilliant. He can switch on and off, and honestly, I really feel like he's one of the very, very few actors we have in this country that can do anything. Like anything.
Any 3 films of 2018 that you wish you were a part of?
Definitely Badai Ho, another as you said, and Stree.
3. Okay, all the hit ones.
Yeah.
Okay, which of the following actors you like to make your boyfriend, best friend, brother and marry? There would be 4 different choices. I'll give you options. Okay, this is hypothetical. You can skip the brother part if you want.
No, bhai to banaungi.
Bhai to बनाओगे, okay. Okay. Sushant Singh Rajput, Kartik Aaryan, Tiger Shroff, Siddharth Malhotra, Varun Dhawan, Ranbir Kapoor, Arjun Kapoor.
Wow, that's a lot of options.
Yeah, Sushant, Kartik, Tiger Shroff, Siddharth Malhotra, Varun Dhawan,
I'll marry
Ranbir
Siddharth.
Kapoor.
I don't know,
Siddharth.
yeah, but I feel like, you know, I'll just marry Siddharth. Then there's boyfriend, brother, and best friend.
Best friend, yeah.
Best friend, I feel like I'd keep Sushant as my best friend. I feel like he has a lot of gossip. Brother, I'll make Kartik. because like he's funny. So
You'll
I'll
make your
Karthik my brother, yeah, because I'll be entertained then also, na. And then Arjun Kapoor my best friend, so there's more entertainment.
Abhi, you said best friend is Sushant Singh Rajput as well.
So what was the? So wait, oh sorry, boyfriend.
Boyfriend,
is
best friend, brother, and marry.
Marry Siddharth, brother Karthik, best friend Sushant, boyfriend.
Arjun Kapoor.
No, then Varun Dhawan can be the boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Jo chahe aap. Which celebrity husband you'd like to date?
No,
Shah Rukh Khan, Virat Kohli, Ranveer Singh, Aamir Khan.
I don't know. I just choose Aamir Khan. You put him in anything, I'll choose him only.
Okay, so you're an Aamir Khan.
I'm a very big Aamir Khan fan.
Okay. Yeah, that is right. All right. Okay, if you had only one film left before you die, which actor you'd like to have in it opposite you?
But I choose Amitabh Bachchan ji. None of the new ones.
Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amyra, within Rapid Fire, we have this segment called Ye Ya Wo, either or.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to choose one.
Okay.
South industry or Bollywood industry?
That's so mean.
You can say both.
I can say both?
Yeah.
Both.
We'll give you this.
Ye or wo.
Yeah. Okay, Barrack co-star Imran Hashmi or RishiKapoor?
Rishi ji.
Okay, Anegan ya Manasuku Nachindi?
Anegan.
Okay, Jalebi or Rasmalai?
Jalebi.
Mutton biryani or chicken biryani?
Chicken biryani. Don't eat mutton.
Okay, Priyanka Chopra or Anushka Sharma?
Priyanka Chopra.
Virat Anushka or Ranveer Deepika?
Both, yeah. I love both of them. Like, come on, man. Couple goals for both.
Couple goals for both. Okay, digital platforms or films?
Both.
Okay, true or false? Okay, the following statements, whether they are true or false. I was shocked to see the box office failure of Mr. X.
True.
I think South movies are more content oriented than Bollywood
True.
movies. I regret doing Isak.
False.
Okay, if you can please complete the following sentences. One thing that Bollywood has and South industry doesn't have.
I feel Bollywood is a little more female oriented. It's like more than South.
Okay, so you feel it's a bit South industry is like more.
No, matlab South industry mein na, like you've got those male driven films, you still do, and I mean the female driven films are coming in, but I feel like Bollywood at least now
There are
has
more concepts.
Oh yeah,
around,
yeah.
around.
I feel like, you know, now it's not even like, you don't see it as a female film or a male film, you see it as a film.
Ji,
But
ji.
we are more open to the whole like a Viredi or a Queen and all of that stuff.
So many more. Hitchki is
Yeah,
there.
so many more. Sorry, Hitchki.
Razi is there.
Razi. So you can see that.
Okay, one thing that I regret about in year 2018 is ...
One thing of who I regret about 2018.
Anji? You can say as many as
One
you want.
thing I regret about 2018. Nothing has been a damn good year for me.
It's been a damn good year, okay? But still, like anything.
I swear there's nothing much. Oh, I wish I could go on my family vacation, which I had to cancel.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, if I get Mr. India's watch, the first place I'd like to visit wearing it is ...
A bank. ... A bank.
A bank. That's
Nice
Parsi
bank.
speaking. Parsis, they're quite good with money and all that.
Yeah, all of them are CAs.
Yeah,
My full family, half of them.
And businesses, some of the biggest businesses as well.
No, all CAs. I'm telling you, they all know how to hide the money.
That came so naturally. It would seem that I told her before this, but I didn't actually.
I'm just saying.
You are an outsider. You started off and now you've found your footing. You're having some big projects both in movies as well as on the digital platform. How has that journey been for you to just learn the tricks of the trade, to just move ahead and move forward?
For me, it was actually more about the people that I surrounded myself with, especially my managing team, because I feel like last year I changed my team, to be quite honest. And since I did, I've only been working, luckily, like you said, and I've only been doing really good projects and associating myself with really good brands, either through events or through endorsements. And I feel like that is necessary. And I've actually been through 3 different management agencies until I found my 4th and happy one. So I feel that really played a part in the kind of work that I'm doing today. And on top of that, I think like just the fact that I had South also. So when I wasn't working here, I was at least working there. So that at least gave me that sort of motivation to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And then, you know, like now I'm here, I'm consistent, and I keep going back and forth, but that's the thing. I've always been working, and for that, I'm very happy.
You know what, much more than the agency, I think agency almost anyone can have. There's so many rich kids for
No,
that
but
matter,
it's
they
the
can have
right
agency
one.
as well.
It's the ones
But-
who pitch you well. It's the ones who know about what projects are starting. And at least, you know, like especially in our industry, it's small. But it's not easy to find out who's pitching for who. And, you know, at the end of the day, to know exactly which movie is going to go on floors when. I mean, all of that information, that's power at the end of the day, especially in our industry. Because I feel like for us, you can actually say it's like a first come, first serve thing. Because once a director likes you, if he meets you first, just by chance or whatever, and he likes you, he wouldn't see other actors or actresses or whatever. So that's where information really is power, especially in our industry.
No, definitely. See, having a good team is paramount. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But you know, there is no substitute for you having those interpersonal skills.
Huh.
Now, there are a lot of rich kids. They may be having all the money in the world to get any and every agency, but the fact is that they don't make it big. So having those interpersonal skill, and I think that comes through experience.
And
You
hard
start
work.
off and hard work, that you realize that how to deal with various
Failure,
people
rejection.
and people and in general. So I'm talking about that.
I don't know, I really don't think about. I just work hard. I know exactly what I have to do and when I have to do it. Even for Rajma Chawal, I had 3 months of workshops in here and in Delhi. I was in Delhi for 2 months before I started shooting in Delhi, just to get the vibe of the city. Because
Ji.
as you know, like Mumbai, Delhi, every city has its own sort of,
Absolutely.
I feel, like vibe and culture and the way
Absolutely.
people speak.
Ji.
So if you're not going to put in that kind of hard work, if you're not even going to bother trying, then there's no point being in this industry. So for me, it's always been about working hard. I work on my Hindi, I work on my dance, I work on my body as much as I can. So I'm constantly working, like I said.
Okay, so all we can say is that please keep on working and keep on just winning hearts all across India as well as the world, because digital platform is all across the world as well. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank
Lovely
you
talking
so
to you.
much.
Thank you so much. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Amyra Dastur and keep watching Bollywood Hungama.